As with everything we do in our daily lives, whether it be at work, at school, in the kitchen, or on the sports field, there is always a level of preparation. Islamic acts of worship are no different. We cannot just jump into the act of worship without first researching and training. And the better equipped we are, the better the chance of a successful outcome. In this case, a greater chance of having our acts accepted and us gaining the spiritual proximity to Allah. In chapter number 2, Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 197, the Quran beautifully states that,
وَتَزَوَّدُوا فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى وَاتَّقُونِ يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ.
And take provision and be prepared with the necessary material provisions for this Hajj journey. However, note, for indeed the best spiritual provision is God-mindfulness. So be aware of me, O you who possess intellects. For many people, the Islamic months are merely a time of commemorating historical events, laughing and crying and eating good food. However, we need to look at them in another light and try and make the most of the time, engaging in the acts of worship with understanding and seeking to take our worship to the next level. In our quest for spiritual growth within Dhul Hijjah, the believers must prepare themselves physically, mentally, and spiritually if they wish to gain in proximity to Allah. The initial requirements of the Hajj are to arrive to the principal boundary point, the miqat, in order to begin the transformation, the removal of one's regular clothing to prepare to wear the ihram dress, and the performance of the ghusl. For us, wherever we are, our miqat, our starting point, is servitude to Allah. It is not merely a place of a physical transformation, but rather must be a place of spiritual transformation of the heart. It is where the clothing of disobedience to Allah is removed. It is where the clothing of showmanship and hypocrisy is stripped away. And it is where we clean our bodies spiritually to remove the mistakes and sins which have sullied us through the year, so that we are able to don the clothing of piety. And this applies even on a daily basis for the salat, also as the clothing for salat has restrictions which must be observed. And once the takbir is pronounced, then the worshipper is in the ihram for the salat, and thus they are prohibited from acts which nullify the total submission to Allah through the salat.